Hello and good day. Welcome to our video dialogue on the subject of Uzbekistan. For some of you, maybe a bit of exotic topic, but the objective of our conversation today is to get you interested in this Central Asian republic that has 44 million inhabitants and therefore is the most populous among the former Soviet republics. It has been under the iron grip of Islam Karimov, the president, for 27 years until 2016, and since then is apparently opening its doors to international business and foreign investors. I'm happy to introduce to you today Dr. Alexander Picker, an expert on banking for his entire professional life, 30 plus years in banking and many years, if not decades, in senior banking positions with international banks. He has been working in Austria, the Central and Eastern European countries, and as well in the CIS countries. From him, I'm sure we'll get the first-hand insight now also into Uzbekistan, because Dr. Picker is privileged to have been recently appointed as the head of the advisory board for the fourth largest Ukrainian Uzbek bank, which is Ipoteka bank in Tashkent. Welcome, Alexander. I'm happy that we have you here today, and we would like to give our viewers a snapshot, if not a teaser, to this market. So let me start first and foremost from a foreign investor's perspective. Which sectors of the Uzbek economy today could be of interest for an Austrian or international investor to come into the country?
Hello, good day. Thank you, Erwin. Uzbekistan is the new frontier. So the new development already started 4 years ago. It's now in full steam. The advantages of Uzbekistan is a very young population. They are, however, not optimally educated, but this is something where the government is very strongly working on. The level of wages is very low compared even to Central Asia. Big possibilities for investors I do see in the energy sector, in construction, also in textiles, and after COVID-19 abates, obviously in tourism. The disadvantages, it's a far away country, and the major resource, which is management time, is very rare in this country too. So every engagement, every investment requires particularly at the beginning, a lot of management attention, which is rare with us too.
Alexander, given your first-hand and in-depth experience into banking sector in Russia and in Ukraine, from your perspective, how would you characterize Uzbek banking as of today?
Erwin, thank you. The basis for all the banks and for the financial sector is obviously, as in all these countries, the Soviet Union banking system. So from this point of view, it's easy to understand. But if you compare it, for example, to Russia or to Ukraine, you see that there has been a development, there have been crises, there has been foreign engagement of banks in these countries, and these 30 years can be undone. But in Uzbekistan, you have a total new opportunity. You almost have no international banks there, apart from some niche players. So you start a kind of a carte blanche where you can develop very, very nicely. You do not see a lot of international banks there. This is why the local banks have a huge opportunity to leapfrog developments, to develop faster, not to repeat some of the mistakes in other countries. And I do see a possibility for the local banking sector to develop strongly and positively in the near future.
While listening to you attentively, Alexander, would there be would there be interest on the Uzbek side in the banking and finance sector to have a know-how transfer with Austrian or international banks, such as in the format of common development, training, educational programs?
Yes, definitely. I talked to some of the colleagues. Most of them were working early in the central bank in Tashkent, and they said that they still remember the wonderful lessons which were given in Vienna by the Austrian National Bank, and banking was taught to them, central banking was taught to them. So I think this definitely would be a big advantage.
Interesting point. Thank you, Alexander. Now, for a non-insider coming first time into Uzbekistan as a businessman or investor, what kind of business environment could one expect that is presently visible in Uzbekistan?
Well, to my surprise, the doors are wide open. So it is much, much more open than it was in Russia in the early 90s, Ukraine or Kazakhstan in the 2000 years. So, however, there is still the post-Soviet bureaucratic heritage, which has to be coped with. So, as I said, you need a lot of management attention, a lot of resources, particularly at the beginning. But the willingness to develop is there and the doors are open.
Thank you, Alexander. Thank you for this first-hand insight into Uzbekistan, its emerging international banking sector, and potential prospects for investors who may consider Uzbekistan, as you said, a new frontier country. This was Dr. Alexander Picker, who is also member of the advisory board with P&P Senior. I'm Erwin Kretschner, Senior Partner at P&P Senior. Thank you for your attention. If you're interested to hear more about this country, please contact Dr. Picker or myself. The contact details will be shown, and we would certainly welcome the opportunity to engage with you further. Thank you for today from P&P.
Thank you very much.